everybody. I've been immersed in these logbooks from the last 19 years at Heathfield Primary School. As a head teacher at Heathfield, I wanted to share a few words with you on the day of the school's 90th birthday, and I thought I would have a quick flick back through the logbooks to see what's happened in the school over the last 90 years. On the 16th of March 1931, the first note in the logbook read, "I had the pleasure of visiting the school on its opening day and extended a warm welcome to the assembled pupils, many of whose parents were present, and wished Godspeed and success to the headmaster and staff." It was signed by W.G. Burgoyne. W.G. Burgoyne continued to visit the school over the years and always noted a positive report in the book. On that day, 240 pupils enrolled 90 years ago, and the first headmaster was a Mr. D.C. McMaster, N.A. 2 days later, on the 18th of March, W.G. Burgoyne returned and remarked that he had visited the school and was very pleased to find that the practical teaching was in full swing in each room. The general impression was that the school had been running for a considerable time. Over the years, there were the normal ups and downs of school life. The first accident was recorded when a pupil fell in the playing field and broke his arm. He was taken to the county hospital in a taxi with the infant mistress, Miss Menang. Miss Menang was the infant mistress for over a decade and returned on her retirement to award prizes. On September the 1st, W.G. Burgoyne visited again and learned with pleasure of an increased enrolment and was much impressed with the splendid appearance of the playground and floral decorations. School life continued with absences, some very leaky windows, dental inspections, piano tuning, arithmetic and spelling exams. Sports days were favoured by fine weather and were a considerable success, and the stormy weather was noted when pupils returned in January after the Christmas break. On the 8th of March 1932, a party of infants visited a local farm, and on the 11th of October on the same year, some smoke was reported near the girls' staircase below the clock, and the head teacher immediately had the fire in his room taken out and the smoke stopped. On the 8th of November 1932, the sewing inspectress visited the school, and in February 1933, through the kindness of a Mr. Thomas Wilson of Prestwick, a film performance was given in the hall to all children. On the 29th of August 1939, owing to the international crisis, staff were appointed as billeting officers whose first duty would be to go around the district and ascertain the number of children, teachers and others for whom voluntary and commendation could be formed. On the 31st of August, about midday, intimation was received that evacuation of school children was to begin the next day. On the 1st of September, billeting of children from Glasgow proceeded for most of the day and schools were closed. On Sunday, the 3rd of September 1939, the head teacher noted that at 11:15 a.m, the Prime Minister, Mr. Neville Chamberlain, intimated that a satisfactory reply not have been received from Germany regarding the withdrawals of troops from Poland. A state of war now existed between the two countries. On the 12th of September, school reassembled with both the school's own pupils and evacuees. The school then seemed to fall into some kind of routine with the addition of air raid practice, gas mask inspections and the blacking out of windows. During this period, the headmaster, Mr. McMasters, unfortunately died suddenly. Pupils were informed during an assembly, and the school was closed on the day of the funeral. A Mr. William A. Baird was appointed on the 18th of April 1941 and continued until 1953. There were further accidents, one where an evacuee was hurt in a collision with the wheel of the salvage cart, although it was later noted that he had been hanging on the wheel of the salvage cart previously. An incident with knitting needles made sure a child had been hurt, and another was cut from a dropped milk bottle. Another accident occurred during a game of knifey, after which knives were discouraged on the playground and the game was forbidden. At times, attendance was badly affected by whooping cough and influenza, particularly in the infant department. Charles A. White took on the role as head teacher in 1953. At one point, attendance was as low as 90% due to mumps, measles and whooping cough. In 1959, David B. R. Kert commenced duty as headmaster. Geo Nesbitt followed in 1975 until 1981, replaced by John Hay, who was the head until he was replaced by Carol Shearing, then Rosalind Webster, and then myself. Reflecting on the notes of the head teachers and visitors over the years, there are many things at Heathfield that remain the same. The pride and the high standard of the school has continued. The sense of community and the care of the welfare of the children has remained. The support from parents, visits to farm parks and milk to drink all continue. We no longer talk about the headmaster or headmistress. The school is not heated by fires anymore, although the windows still leak from time to time and the weather hasn't changed. Children still have the occasional accident on the playground, although thankfully not with knitting needles, knives or a salvage cart. The school remains a special place in the heart of the community, and I have immensely enjoyed learning of the pupils and staff of years gone by, and I'm excited to consider how our present pupils will go on in life to grow and to develop into tomorrow's future.
Hi, I'm Matthew, and I'm the oldest boy at Heathfield Primary School. My earliest memory was when I was saying to the chicken eggs to make them hatch quicker.
Hello, I'm Lewis and I'm the head boy of Heathfield Primary School. My earliest memory at the school was in the nursery when everybody used to sing along to the Tidy Up song. Nobody used to actually tidy up, we all used to walk around and dance. My most recent memory of Heathfield Primary School was at Dolphin House when I was in the ditches and climbing under bridges and over bridges. That was very fun. I've loved my time at Heathfield Primary School.
Hi, my name is Billy Clare and I'm head girl of Heathfield. I joined here in P4 and I have two favourite memories, Dolphin House and the school choir, and I think this is the best school.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you.
Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and jubilations.